You guys, look at how pretty it is. It is about to pour down raining. Guys, this is my favorite type of weather. Y'all hear that thunder? If y'all watched my word not too long ago, that thunder struck that house. Boom! The thunder is the Lord, guys. It's his voice. No, but seriously, guys, look how windy. Can you guys even see the trees blowing? It's windy. You look at the trees, they're like moving. And the sky, it's so windy outside. That looks so gorgeous to me. Look at that, guys. I swear, thunderstorms is hands down my favorite type of weather. It's so romantic. Best part of being in Texas is when it rains because the rest of it is hot. But I got a word for y'all. So I'm about to take you back inside. I just stepped outside for a quick break. And yeah, I'm just looking at the beauty in God's creation. I love that. It's crazy. From sunny, guys, to rain. Do you guys see how this rain looks? It literally looks like snow. It looks like snow falling. God did say snow in unexpected places, right? I did a whole word on that. If you know, you know, guys. Look at this. You guys see it? It literally looks like snow and it's raindrops. It's big raindrops. Look at that. Y'all better know that it's harvest time. This is not the type of rain that floods, guys. This is the type of rain that grows stuff. Kind of goes a little bit with the word that I'm about to release, but yeah, guys. It's so beautiful. Rain is so romantic, guys. Good morning, guys. I am on here to give a word from the Lord. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but I need to make sure it's quick because I have a consultation at 12 p.m. with a young lady who wants coaching. So I do have a coaching consultation in like 20 minutes. So let me see if I can get this all out before this consult. But good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you are spending time with God. I had some errands to run early this morning, but I came straight home, and there was other stuff I wanted to do, but I came straight home, sat on the couch where I am now, and began to study this word and just allow God to download the interpretation, what he's trying to say to me. I had this dream a couple days ago. No, it was not a dream. I'm sorry. Lord, Holy Spirit, help me. First cup of coffee, okay? But I had this dream a couple days ago, and the screenshots of the weather outside, guys, that you guys saw before I jumped on to give this word, I actually took those shots a couple days ago, and it really does go with this word because the Lord is saying the weather is changing, and it's changing suddenly, and it's changing on both spectrums, and I'm seeing it. There's been so much death in the past few weeks, guys. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. I've received emails. I've seen it in person from people I know, from other, like, it's been crazy. So the weather is definitely changing. It's going from sunny to cloudy to rain, and that means different things for different folks, okay? We know that when we partner with God, those of us that are in our harvest season, The sunlight, it's bright for us. Even when the clouds get dark, it means it's good for us. Those clouds are full of rain. And the rain that his children get, it's the kind of rain that grows, not the kind of rain that floods and destroys, okay? It's the kind of rain that grows things. So there's different types of rain, there's different types of light, okay? There's different types of clouds, and that's actually a whole word because all of that's in scripture, okay? And the weather is changing on both sides of the spectrum for God's children and for those who chose not to partner with him that are going to feel God's wrath, okay? And his wrath is real. But it's the weather's definitely changing. So this is just a warning word, guys. And God is so strategic. I'm going to tell you guys how he even began to give me revelation on this word, even though in a sense it was self-explanatory, but I couldn't just take the little bit that I knew from this vision and run with it. I literally had to sit on it. And again, I had this a couple days ago, maybe 3 days ago, I had this vision. I woke up and I was literally just laying in the bed and I had this vision, this open vision. And yeah, in this vision, guys, I saw a raven. A raven is one of those big black birds, right? I saw a raven flying with 3 spiders hanging onto it, right? So the raven was just flapping its wings. It was huge. It was really dark. The raven was dark, dark black. And it was just flapping its wings. And I saw 3 spiders hanging from the raven. And it's like the raven was carrying the spiders along with it, okay? And that was the end of the dream. So I saw the raven flying. The spiders were, in a sense, flying with it because the raven was holding the spiders. There was something attached, like a string or something attached to this raven that carried these 3 spiders. And I saw the 3 spiders hanging. I know for a fact there were 3 of them, okay? And that was the end of this vision. So I just began to ask God, what it meant, right? What it meant. And I wasn't sure if he was showing me the raven in a positive sense or a negative sense, because ravens, in prophetic dreams, guys, ravens aren't all bad, right? Because in scripture, the Lord sent ravens to feed Elijah when he was in the wilderness. He also sent ravens to give Noah messages to let him know how the flood was going on the outside of his ship, right? So ravens do not just necessarily symbolize something negative. So as opposed to just waking up and taking the whole vision as something negative, I sat on it because I wanted to make sure that I was giving this information correctly to you guys, right? Now, in this vision, the raven represented something negative, right? But we all know, and I think even by using the 2 examples that I just gave you guys of how the Lord used ravens to provide, right? That just shows God's provision and his power when it comes to all things, even darkness. Because we know that a raven in real life will not bring food to nobody. Ravens will tear that food up. But when God's power is upon it, like his power is over everything, even the dark things that choose to do their own things have to bow to God and listen to what he's saying to do. So that's a whole different word. But I just had to kind of sit on this word because I didn't want to get the interpretation of this vision incorrectly, right? I didn't want to get it incorrectly. And I sat on it. I totally sat on it. And I'm glad I did. But throughout this time of me sitting on the dream, God is so strategic. I had a young lady reach out to me and she said God had told her to start a YouTube, to get on YouTube, and he needed her to give this specific message as her first message, right? Give this specific word. And she's like, Nina, how did you do it? She's like, I know God is telling me to get on YouTube. She's like, how did you do it? I know I need to do this, but she was nervous. She didn't want to be on the camera, right? And her name is Raven, right? So I sent her my very first YouTube video that I did when I started my YouTube ministry. My very first video, and it's called It's Time, or The Time Is Now, one or the other. But I sent her the video and I said, go ahead and release whatever God is telling you to release, because she didn't tell me in the message what it was about. I said, go ahead and release what he's telling you to release, because that's going to be like a weight lifted off of you. I said, here's my video so that you can watch it. And I said, I'd love to see what you release when you do it. So fast forward 24 hours later, she releases her video. And I clicked the link. She sent me an email. She's like, thank you for helping me. I released it. She's like, as soon as I released this word, I felt a weight lifting off me. She's like, thank you so much. She sends me the link to her video. This is how good God is. Keep in mind, this young lady's name is Raven, just like the bird I saw in the vision. And Raven, the one who released this word, there's nothing evil about her, so don't take it that way. And I'm actually going to link her video in the description box, and I'll put it in the comment section for those of you that want to watch it. But the name of the video that she released, the prophetic word, is called Someone's Watching You. Be careful, right? Someone's watching you. Be careful. Now, the Lord just began to minister to me when I went back today asking him about this vision. And he said, he took me back to Raven's video. He said, I showed you the raven carrying the spiders. Then I sent Raven to release a word that pertains to what you saw. Okay, this is how strategic God is. And in Raven's video, she has like her dark black curls, so beautiful, and a black shirt. So the Lord started to minister to me through her word called Someone's Watching You, Be Careful. And he wasn't saying anything negative about Raven, but he sent a raven to me to ask how to release her video, because he knew that with that one email that she sent was going to open a door for revelation as far as exactly what he was saying in this vision I saw, right? And again, her word is called Someone's Watching You, Be Careful. And in this word, she's speaking of how people are going to try to harm you and hurt you because they are not happy with God's perfect order coming into play. And she gives every example. The Lord was using movies and different things to speak to her, and also a dream she shared. But that's something she was speaking on. People not being happy with God's perfect order coming together, so they are going to try to hurt you. Okay, so she was saying, be careful. Keep your eyes open. Don't be so focused on your phone as you're walking different places, and, just focus on what's around you. Okay, focus on what's around you. And the Lord used her word to minister to me about this vision in a more detailed way. So thank you, Raven. Shout out to you for being obedient. She didn't even know that she was opening that door for God to reveal. And he's so strategic, because he even brought a raven to me so that I knew what the Lord was saying. He even brought Raven to email me, and her word goes with this word. But anyway, guys, but thank you, Raven, for your obedience, because you didn't even know any of this. I didn't share any of this with her, okay? But you guys have seen the Lord has had me speaking on being careful within the past few weeks, the past few months, especially the past couple of weeks. He's had me speak on that, especially when it comes to unions coming together and counterfeits being separated from your God-ordained spouse. And that you guys need to be careful, because these counterfeits aren't just going to walk away, okay? Many counterfeits, they're not going to just, oh, it didn't work, let me walk away. No, many of them will be rageful, wrathful. They will be heartbroken, and they're going to seek revenge. And some of that revenge is going to come towards you, because you are the chosen one that God put in place. You are a part of God's perfect order in this situation. But this is not just for counterfeits, guys. The Lord is saying in this season, be careful, because again, the weather is changing on different sides of the spectrum. So the weather is changing for God's children, and we're reaping harvest. We're walking into a harvest season, and everyone's in a different season. So this word is not for everybody, just like every other prophetic word is not for everybody. Take what's for you, leave what's not, and always take it back to God either way. But anyway, some of God's children in this season, who this is for, you're walking into a harvest. So the rain that you're about to get is to grow things. But not everybody's walking into a harvest. There's some people that they're feeling God's wrath at this very moment. They're going through it. You may not see it, because these are people that God has told you to cut communication with, but they're going through they're going through their judgment period. So their reign is not to grow things. Their reign is going to flood and wipe things out in their life, okay? And hopefully they heed to God's voice and bow to him and give him the glory so that they can get a do-over, okay? But that's neither here or there. But the Lord is saying, be vigilant, guys. Be vigilant in this hour, okay? The vision that he showed me of this black raven, the raven represented the head person in charge of this witchcraft, the head person in charge of the deceit. The spiders represented, guys, deceit, witchcraft, deceiver, right? A web of lies, death, danger, okay? Sorcery. That's what the 3 spiders represented. And for me personally, the 3 spiders represented 3 different people that are coming after me in different ways. And it's all witchcraft. It's all darkness. And take it how God ministers this word to you, because you could have 3 people. 3 also means coming full circle. But for me personally, I knew why I saw 3 spiders, because there's 3 people involved in this, whatever they're trying to do to come against me. They won't win, but they don't know that. They think they're more powerful than God, okay? But there's 3 people that's involved in this situation with me personally. So take it how God ministers it to you. But the raven was carrying these 3 spiders, flying in the sky with these 3 spiders, okay? And spiders, some spiders do actually fly, but they don't fly in the sky like that, guys. The raven and the spiders represented darkness and principalities in high places. Just how it talks about in scripture in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against darkness and principalities in high places. This raven in the vision and the spider represented darkness in high places, okay? But spiders do not fly in the sky, okay? The raven symbolized Satan in a sense, because Satan, anybody that's being led by darkness, they're partnering with Satan. Okay, Satan has his own little disciples. He has his own angels. He has his own followers. So anyone that's choosing to walk in deceit and witchcraft and sorcery and danger and death, like they're partnering with Satan. But there's always one head honcho involved, guys. And when I say one head honcho, whether it's someone robbing a bank, someone robbing a house, whatever the case may be, there is usually one person, one mastermind that's the head of everybody involved. And I don't care what situation it is, there is always one mastermind in the situation. And this raven represented that mastermind, that person that's the head of all of this. And yes, the raven did represent Satan in a sense, but it also represented an actual person that's leading this witchcraft, this darkness, this deceit to hover over me, to hover over you for who this is for. And the Lord had me really, guys, before I even go any further, the Lord, when I walked out this morning, I went to run errands, okay? This is how I knew it was time to release this word. I walked down the stairs and I had my purse and my phone in my hand, and I walked directly into a see-through spider web, okay? I could not see the spider web if I was paying close attention, because it was just that like transparent. It was almost like a see-through spider web, and I walked through it and I felt the web all over my body, and I just began to try to pull it off, but I couldn't even see where to pull it off at until I like got directly in the sunlight. Y'all better catch this word. I got directly in the sunlight and I saw the strings hanging. So I'm pulling it off of myself, off of my purse, but I did not see this. It was like an invisible spider web as I walked outside, and it got all over me. There was no spider in it, thank God, but the web, guys. And even with that part, a spider web represents a web of lies, a web of deceit, a deceiver. So even with that, the Lord spoke, and he's saying, pay attention to people that are coming back that are something that they are not. They're coming with a web of lies. They're going to come being deceitful, but you won't initially see that. The spider web was almost transparent, guys. I didn't initially see the spider web that I was walking into. And even with this portion, the Lord is saying to be careful for those that come back in a way that seems innocent, that seems pleasant, and it's not. It's a web of lies, okay? So I knew after I came home that it was time to release that word. That was the last and final confirmation I needed to get on and release this word to you guys. When I walked into an actual spider web that I could not see, even if I was looking really hard, I wouldn't have been able to see it. I felt it before I saw it, okay? Catch that. I felt it before I saw it. Warning comes before destruction, guys. Now, a lot of people are quick to say, I know that they're after me, but God will protect me. He will protect you. And he's doing just that by giving you warnings ahead of time. Warnings come before destruction. Just like if there was someone shooting outside and a friend came over to my house, I would say, don't go outside. There's someone shooting. If they still choose to, well, let me see who's shooting. I wonder what's going on. And they choose to walk outside and die. That wasn't my fault, nor is it God's fault, because God provided them with a warning before they walked into danger. And that is what the Lord is doing for many of you. He's providing you a warnings, because this is not the first time I've had to release a word like this, but this is the first time that I've had a vision of a raven flying, carrying 3 spiders, okay? Darkness in high places. There is a ringleader involved, and wherever you are, that ringleader is carrying these people directly towards you. Darkness in high places, guys. And the Lord is saying, be vigilant and be very careful in this hour and stay close to him. Be very, very careful with the old connections that try to come back. Be very careful with what's going on in this hour, guys. Okay? Now, he had me do some research on ravens. You guys know when God breaks down a dream to me, he always has me study. And the stuff he had me pull from what I studied just blew my mind, guys. So first of all, ravens are a part of the crow family, right? And we know that ravens and crows often symbolize dark demonic spirits, whether it's in a dream or whatever. But I gave you guys the positive part of ravens. But this vision was not positive, okay? Ravens eat garbage. That is their favorite food to eat, is garbage, like trash. That should tell you a lot just right then and there. Satan's favorite thing to eat is garbage and trash. He likes eating darkness. He likes filling himself with darkness. Okay? But ravens also love to eat fish, fruits, bird eggs, seeds, grains, nuts, and berries. That also speaks volumes. Many of you are walking into a harvest, and these people that are these people aren't happy for you guys. So they want to feast off your harvest. They want to ruin what God is getting ready to do in your life, that he's already doing in your life. They want to devour, just like Satan, devour what's yours, okay? Even though their favorite food is garbage. Garbage is trash. It's nasty stuff that they like to ingest because they're full of darkness. But they also want to feast on your harvest. The Lord is saying, be careful. Guys, ravens are very intelligent and curious birds. Learning to ravens is extremely important because they use their intelligence to obtain food. Y'all better catch this word. Ravens are very intelligent and curious, and they use their intelligence to obtain food. The darkness in high places is going to use their intelligence to try to take everything that God is blessing you with. They are monitoring. Guys, ravens, they have really good eyesight and they have really good hearing. And when they're flying high in the sky, they use visual cues on the ground to locate stored food. Ravens also keep recognition of not just other ravens and birds and stuff. They have recognition and keep recognition of humans. And they can keep memory, like stuff in their memory, for up to 3 weeks or longer, guys. Catch this word now, because I don't got time to explain everything in super duper detail. Ravens, guys, interact and they play with wolves and bears. And you guys can do your research. Wolves in sheep's clothing, okay? A raven plays with wolves and bears. Wolves and bears will tear you to shreds, okay? Darkness partnering with darkness. Guys, ravens they're known as songbirds, and they can make so many different sounds with their voices, right? Ravens call out to wolves. They have a special call that they call out to wolves to let them know when there are dead animals on the ground. So ravens fly high up. They can see a lot, and they have very good vision. When they spot a dead animal on the ground, they have a special call that they call out to wolves so that the wolves can come and tear the animal apart so that the ravens have access to the meat. Y'all better catch this word. Pay attention in this season, because these darkness in high places is partnering with wolves in low places, okay? In order to alert them as to where you are to tear you to shreds. The Lord is saying, be vigilant in this hour. Be vigilant in this hour, guys. I can't make this stuff up. The Lord had me studying. He created these animals in this world, so he knows. He's the smartest man. Pay attention to these ravens, darkness in high places that are going to be partnering with darkness in low places, okay? Wolves in sheep's clothing, coming off looking innocent, but they are coming to devour you, okay? I didn't know ravens play with bears and wolves. That's an unlikely combination, okay? That's a whole nother word. The people that are going to come against you, it's going to look like an unlikely combination for some of these people. You're going to be like, wait, such and such is partnering with this person against me? Yes, the Lord is saying be vigilant, okay? Ravens also, guys, I told you they're known as songbirds. They have a wide variety of sounds, including chirps, cries, and a raven, guys, can meow like a cat, okay? So y'all, the Lord is so strategic. He's saying pay attention. The raven in this dream showed deceit in high places, but they can masquerade and pretend to be so many different things. The Lord is saying, pay attention, guys. Pay attention in this hour. Whoever this is for, this is going to hit home because God has already spoken to you about this. Many of these people that he's telling you to pay attention to, they're your in-laws, they're your own family, your mother, your father, your grandma, your auntie, your best friend, whoever. The Lord has separated you from these people, and he's saying pay attention because they're going to come back and they're going to be in high places. So a lot of the times you ain't looking up looking for them, okay? And catch this spiritually. There's a ringleader to this thing. And that ringleader gonna bring even the low things, that the low people in dark places, that ringleader gonna bring them higher in order to devour you so that they can get a different view of what's going on in your life. Pay attention to your surroundings, guys. This raven in my vision was flying so high, carrying these 3 spiders, okay? Satan will do whatever he has to do to kill, steal, and destroy. And that includes your blessings, your promises, your harvest. And the Lord is giving this as a warning to pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention. Don't answer every phone call. Don't answer every email. Don't answer every apology. Okay? We forgive. I forgive you. That don't mean reconnection. And some of these apologies that are coming back, not all of them will be authentic. I did a word on that too. Pay attention. You'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. Okay? The Lord is saying be very vigilant in this hour. And the word he wanted me to read from is Isaiah chapter 34, verses 8 through 12. I'm going to be a little late for my consult, but that's okay. Jesus come first over here. For it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. Fun fact about Edom, guys, it means red. Edom means red. And Israel, the meaning of the name Israel is one who is victorious with God. Okay, so I'm gonna read that again. For it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom, red, will be paid back for all it did to Israel, the one who is victorious with God. That's you and me, okay? The streams of Edom will be filled with burning pitch, and the ground will be covered with fire. This judgment on Edom will never end. The smoke of its burning will rise forever. The land will lie deserted from generation to generation. No one will live there anymore. It will be haunted Guys, the definition of haunted is something that's possessed, cursed, tormented, anguished, tortured, okay? It will be haunted by the desert owl and the screech owl, the great owl and the raven. For God will measure that land carefully. He will measure it for chaos and destruction. It will be called the land of nothing. And all its nobles, as in high people, okay, high ranking people, the earthly kings and queens, will soon be gone. Okay, the Lord is saying the judgment that these people are about to face, he's taking out everything. It's going to be a desolate land. But in the scripture, he makes sure to say it will become a cage for darkness, which is why the owl and the raven are going to live there. Okay, instead of them flying high, this land is going to be filled with darkness. Okay, it will become a cage for darkness. The place will be desolate and ruins. Okay, and the only thing that will dwell there is uncleanliness and darkness, like this owl and the raven. Okay, catch this word, guys, and allow God to minister it to you personally. But that's all I have for this word. I just wanted to get on here and give you guys what the Lord gave to me. I will link Raven's video in the description box or in the comment box, or both. Even though she's a young lady, she's young, she's starting out, the Lord is using her, and he used her to even minister to me about what this vision was about. So guys, just be careful in this season for who that's for. We're all in different seasons, so don't ask me if it's for you, or I'm not God. I don't answer questions like that. And I am still getting a lot of questions. Well, Nina, what does this mean for me? I'm just going to start deleting those questions, because I'm not God, and you guys really need to develop a relationship with God and not develop a relationship with prophetic voice. These words are just confirmation. We're not the end all be all. That has to come from your Father. But I love you guys. Coaching is open. Send me your prayer requests, your testimonies. I love hearing those things. Please refrain from sending long essay type prayers, guys, because I get so many prayer requests. I don't like to read those long prayer requests. So please, the Lord knows what's in your heart. You don't have to document everything, bullet point it, send me a voice recording. I listen and I pray for you. Even if I don't respond, I can't respond to everybody, but just know if you send me a prayer request, I read it and I cover you in prayer. But I love you guys. Have a good Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and get my consult done because I am now 7 minutes late. But I love y'all. Have a good Saturday.